Hey everybody, my name is Gray. So today we're reacting to the wonderful Lara Fabian. I haven't checked out much of her work, and I hope I pronounced her name right. She's been recommended very strongly by one of my viewers, Romeo Lopez. I hope I pronounced that right. You recommended her, I put her in the poll, you all voted, it was a landslide, so today we're checking her out. I've heard she's a massive influence on some of the singers that I've reacted to already, like Dimash, so she's gotta be bloody good. So let's check her out. I'm loving the instrumentation so far. Sounds amazing. Definitely B minor, powerful key.
Je ne rêve plus, je ne fume plus, je n'ai même plus d'histoire. Je suis laide sans toi, je suis sale sans toi, comme une orpheline dans un dortoir. Je n'ai plus envie
Beautiful.
de vivre ma vie. Ma vie c'est quand tu pars. Je n'ai plus de vie, et même mon lit se transforme en quai de gare. Quand tu t'en vas, je suis malade, complètement malade. Comme quand ma mère sortait le soir et qu'elle me laissait seule avec mon désespoir. Je suis malade.
Okay. Really, really good. Like, beautifully expressive. It's the kind of singing that I don't normally listen to. This is a different beast entirely, a completely different kind of power. There's a real beauty and expressiveness in what she's singing. It's so delicate, so airy in places, less so in others. And like, yeah, straight out the gate, I can bloody hear the Dimash comparisons. Where did she start? First bloody vowel, you can tell. Yeah. Real breathy, real delicate, real soft. Very, very light dynamics. And it gives a brilliant bass from like a compositional perspective or a vocal performance perspective because she's got everywhere to go. Vocally, she can go high, she can go lower, she can go louder, shoutier. Beautiful choices so far, and really expressive, nice, soft, controlled singing. Those are the kind of dynamics that are almost just on the edge of having your voice fall apart completely and just fail to phonate. It's so delicate and so light, and it conveys a real sense of vulnerability, which, from what I can tell from the translation that's going, it's a really very sad song, and yeah, it conveys that perfectly. Beautiful singing so far. Beautiful. Let's carry on. And that bit there in particular, like she goes up quite a bit of range. I think it's up to an E5 at the top. Beautiful transition through her range. You can't even hear where she goes from, you know, chest to head, M1 to M2, full voice to falsetto to bloody mixed curbing in it, whatever, right? The transition between the two ranges, flawlessly executed. Really beautiful. I'll hear that once again and we'll carry on. Perfect. Fantastic. It builds into that chorus really nicely. She's in a more kind of belty gear, and the key works really nicely for that as well. I find the key of B minor or major, whatever, kind of sits in a place where you can get away with a lot of belting while still sounding incredibly musical, because the kind of notes you tend to sing on there tends to be either an F sharp 4, which is, you know, which is kind of, you can belt while still sounding musical because it's right at the edge of a male's first bridge. So you've got a lot of wiggle room for not having to over push to still sound belty. And it's like a B4 for a female's range, which again, right at the edge of that first bridge. So you get this really beautiful belting kind of sound, which she displayed perfectly there. It just sounds really good. Really expressive, and building up from the verse towards that, yeah, you've got a whole range of emotion expressed here. The sadness, some of the anger, little bits like that. And technically it's done beautifully at the vocal fold level as well. So yeah, let's listen to the rest of this.
Comme un rocher, comme un péché, Je suis accrochée à toi, je suis fatiguée, je suis épuisée de faire semblant d'être heureuse. Quand ils sont là, je bois toutes les nuits et tous les whisky pour moi ont le même goût et tous les bateaux portent ton drapeau. Je ne sais plus où aller, tu es partout, je suis malade, complètement malade. Je verse mon sang dans ton corps et je suis comme un oiseau mort. Quand tout est du dos, je suis malade, parfaitement malade. Tu m'as privé de tous mes chants, tu m'as vidé de tous mes mots. Pourtant, je crois que j'avais du talent avant ta peau.
So a couple of things I'd like to point out there. She's making a lot of use of kind of, how do I put it? She's kind of creeping in her speaking voice almost, and little bits of distortion here and there to express certain emotions. And yeah, it gives this real impression of like, just so sad I can't keep singing. And yeah, it's really cool. It works so simply and so beautifully, especially in the context with this kind of arrangement. Like, I love the sound of the piano there, the electric drums work really nicely, gives her the space to perform on stage with those kind of soft dynamics as well. Yeah, if you try doing that over a live acoustic drum kit, you're gonna have a rough time. But yeah, she sounds beautiful on all fronts. Yeah, belty in places, very emotional, kind of really vulnerable. And yeah, it's awesome. Let's listen to the rest of this.
Cet amour m'a tué. Si ça continue, je creuserai seul avec moi, près de ma radio, comme un gosse idiot, en écoutant ma propre voix qui chantera. Je suis malade, complètement malade, comme quand ma mère sortait le soir et qu'elle me laissait seule avec mon désespoir. Je suis malade.
That sounded beautiful by itself. Beautiful. Absolutely beautifully done. Alright, so there's a couple of things I want to say there, which is one, vocally, like, she has got an incredibly well-balanced, mixed, belt, whatever your terminology of choice, pick your poison, beautifully controlled. There's nothing abrasive about her voice there. And don't get me wrong, everything in the chain goes in that. The type of mic, the type of performing environment, blah, 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 blah. Beautiful technique to convey exactly what she's trying to emote. I can hear that influence on Dimash's singing. No question about it. He's picked that up in spades from here. I would bet my life. You can hear certain bits where little bits of distortion kick off, and she's got such a nice, neutral kind of balance to build from, to go softer, to go louder, that every little bit like that, tiny bits of grit, things along those lines, it just jumps out at you, and it sounds really expressive. Where's the part I'm on about? There, yeah. Beautiful. Just so expressive, so lively with her singing. Everything jumps out really nice. And yeah, I gotta say, the arrangement on this song sounds fantastic to me. Most of it is just built around a straight piano, a beautiful sounding piano, I might add, and string sounds, and that's like your classic combo to sound stripped down and emotive, but still have a nice wide frequency range of color in a musical perspective to work with, and it sounds fantastic. It gives her the space for using those softer dynamics with her voice and building up when the arrangement kicks in, and I knew they were going to have a distorted guitar at the end. Sounds so full and raw and in your face. Yeah, it's beautiful. And that was a proper rock ending by the sounds of it as well. Yeah. Oh, I love this stuff. This sounds amazing. I'm definitely gonna have to check out more of her work. So yeah, with these videos, like, I like to give kind of commentary along the lines of what I would try to do to develop that kind of sound if you're interested in sounding more like those singers or learning some of their skills. But this kind of voice, this is not a voice you can build by isolating parts. This is a voice you build by having lived, you know, life and singing for a long time and learning to express those experiences through your voice. So yeah, my recommendation is just obviously imitate the sounds you're hearing. She's not overly belting anything. I would work on singing stuff quietly and build up and try to manipulate the tone. Just listen, attempt, repeat. Repeat that process for decades. Live your life, have plenty of experiences to go on to express some of these emotions from. And yeah, just keep working the technical and keep working the emotional, because yeah, that is not a voice you build with scales. Not to my ears. That's a phenomenally expressive, beautiful voice. So yeah, thanks very much, guys. I really enjoyed this one. Feel free to make suggestions for the next singer to react to. I'll definitely have to check out more of her work, because I'm, yeah, quite blown away watching that. That was beautiful to listen to. Definitely have to work on some of that kind of stuff in my own singing, because I suck at that. Thanks very much, guys. Hope you enjoyed this, and hope to catch you very soon in the next video. Take care till then. Bye.